Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
During winter storms, it doesn't take long for roads to turn slick. Snowfall is often accompanied by high winds, and blowing and drifting snow can make it difficult to see the road. Speed limits are based on dry pavement conditions and good visibility. Be ready to reduce speed and increase following distance. Crashes are twice as likely to happen when it's slick out, and it's usually because someone is driving too fast for conditions. Remember, when there's ice and snow, take it slow. This message is brought to you by WYDOT.
Welcome inside Bob Carey Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Lander Valley High School. This is Travis Gupton, Sports Director at the YO Today Media. I am joined and honored to have the voice of the Lander Valley Tigers with me, Mr. Ernie Over. Mr. Over, it's going to be a great game. We are getting ready for the 1A West Regional Championship game between Saratoga Panthers and the Dubois Rams.
Well, this has always been a good game between these two teams. They've been fighting it out, ever since Saratoga went down to the Class 1A ranks. They used to be a 2A class team. We'd go down there and follow them with Wind River and Wyoming Union, but they moved down to 1A, and since that time, it's been Dubois and Saratoga fighting each other for the top spot. And of course, you throw all the records out when you come to a championship game like this, and this should be one humdinger of a game.
Yeah, absolutely. I had the opportunity to speak to the Dubois head coach, Coach Kyle Miller, yesterday, and he was saying that they want Saratoga in the worst possible way. Last year, Saratoga was the team to defeat the Rams in this exact game last year. And then also this season, Saratoga is the only 1A team to give the Rams a defeat this season. And so Coach Kyle Miller and a lot of his seniors said that they want this game in the worst possible way.
Yeah, Dubois came in, ended the regular season 17-2, and Saratoga 12-4. But one of those Dubois losses came to Saratoga, so the extra incentive. And of course, you had a chance to talk with some of the Dubois players yesterday. They haven't forgotten that.
Yeah, they are wanting. This one has been circled on the calendar, and really Saratoga got away with one last night as they defeated Farson Eden 36-35. And this should be a fun game. We are about a minute away from the start of this one. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and tip-off on 101.7 KDNO coverage of the 1A West Regional Championship game between the Rams of Dubois and the Panthers of Saratoga. We'll be right back.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
During winter storms, it doesn't take long for roads to turn slick. Snowfall is often accompanied by high winds, and blowing and drifting snow can make it difficult to see the road. Speed limits are based on dry pavement conditions and good visibility. Be ready to reduce speed and increase following distance. Crashes are twice as likely to happen when it's slick out, and it's usually because someone is driving too fast for conditions. Remember, when there's ice and snow, take it slow. This message is brought to you by WYDOT.
Welcome back inside Bob Carey Memorial Gymnasium. Travis Gupton and Ernie over with you. The starting lineups are being announced for the Saratoga Panthers, led by Coach Jason Williams. First off, starting at number 2, Grady Bartlett. Number 3, Kelton Johnson. Number 12, Grant Bartlett. That's going to be something I'm going to trip over all day long, I know. Number 15, Jeffrey Johnson. And then number 40, J.D. Buttle.
First, junior, number 12.
For the Rams, number 12, Ryan Wells, who I finally got the right jersey number for. Number 14, Cody Wright, who is the leading scorer for the Rams all season long. Number 23, Clayton Rux. Number 24 was Caden Chamley. He had a productive night last night. And then finally, number 34, the big man in the middle, Max Clark. The Rams are coached by Coach Kyle Miller, like I mentioned, and the Panthers are coached by Coach Jason Williams. And partner, right before the introductions of the starting lineup, we had a special moment.
Yes, we did, and it was a somber moment as the moment of silence was held for the Dubois girls basketball coach Joe Slaviak, who passed away this past week.
And got the opportunity to meet with him, and he was an amazing person, and he will dearly be missed. We are off and running, and right off the bat, a drive and miss off the basket by Cody Wright. Another offensive rebound up and no good. Ball comes down to Bartlett, who gives it off to his brother, Grady Bartlett. That's going to be really hard for me all day. Shot up and no good by Grant Bartlett, and the Dubois Rams are coming back the other way. Just underway in the first quarter with 7:24 left. Ball in the hands of Wells. Wells surveys the situation, hands over to Cody Wright. Wright hands to Rux, looks down low and gets it, tries to get it into Wells, unable to do so. Saved, however, by Grady Bartlett. Bartlett comes down the court. He looks to press. He's going to drive. He's cut off. He turns around, stops, pops, shot, no good. Rebound goes into the hands of Cody Wright. 6:59 left in the first quarter, 0-0. Wright looks to drive. Nice look down, and in the hands now of Wells. Wells is going to shoot a three-pointer. Shot is up and good. And quickly, the Dubois Rams are off to where they started with 3 points.
Well, that time the Saratoga defense went back and left him open outside the arc, and he just popped him.
Ball now in the hands of Grant Bartlett, who gives it over to Buttle. Buttle to the other Bartlett. That's Grady Bartlett. He hands it over to Grant. So I'm just going to go Grady and Grant through this game.
That sounds good. Dubois in a man-for-man defense.
Grant looks to drive. He's blocked off by Clark and by Wright. Stolen by Wright. Wright doesn't have numbers, but he's going to try to beat two of them. He goes up, and it's good.
Well, as you just heard, we have quite a delegation. I don't know if anyone's left up in Dubois today. I think they're all here on the other side of Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse. But that was a great basket that time on the drive by Cody Wright. He goes to the free throw line to make it an old-fashioned three-point play.
Cody Wright, as I mentioned, leads the team in scoring. He had 3 triple-doubles in a row to end the season. His shot is up and good. And Cody Wright makes it 6-0 in favor of Dubois. So if you're the Rams, you're off to the start you wanted. 6 minutes exactly left in the first quarter, and it's 6-0. Ball in the hands of Grant Bartlett. He hands it over to Grady. Grady looks to drive. He's got Rux all over him. Now he's trapped, and he traveled.
Well, I tell you what, the Dubois defense that time, they had him triple teamed, and instead of they're going to call a foul on Caden Chambly of Dubois. It won't be a shooting foul, but it was a blocking foul under the basket as they had him triple teamed.
That's only his first, and that's the team's first. Turnover on the inbounds pass goes to the Rams and in the hands of Cody Wright. 5:40 left in the first quarter. Clark is a threat to shoot a three, even if he's guarded. He'll drive, however. Off of the front iron, rebound comes down to Grady Bartlett. Bartlett's going to look to press. Now he backs up, hands it over to Buttle. Buttle hands it to Grant Bartlett. Moving the ball around is Saratoga really well in the hands of Grady Bartlett now with 5:15 left. Bartlett looks to drive, and there's a foul, and it's going to be on the floor.
Yeah, we're going to get a whistle and a personal foul called against Clayton Rusk. So not a shooting foul. It was on the floor. He was trying to snatch the basketball away and got a hand instead.
I'm confused. They've got Rux for his second. It's not. That's only his first. Anyway, ball will come inbounds, and it will go off the back of Wells. It will stay with the Panthers. 5:10 left in the first quarter in a 6-0 ball game. Again, this game is for the 1A West Regional Championship. And like I said earlier, the Rams have circled this game since the beginning of the season, it feels like. Ball in the hands of Fisher, who has come in for Saratoga. He gives it up to Buttle. Three-pointer on the way by Buttle is no good. Offensive rebound up and no good by Bartlett, and it will come down to the Rams. Long court pass to Rux, almost traveled, gets it in the hands of Cody Wright. Wright for three, no good. Offensive rebound goes to Rux. Rux shot up is no good, and it comes down to Saratoga's Grady Bartlett. Fast pace in this first quarter, 4:30 left in the first. 6-0 still. Bartlett with a drive blocked by Cody Wright. Ball comes out to Cody Wright, and Wright's going to try to press again. This time he doesn't have numbers. It's 4-on-1. So he takes it and gives it to Wells. Wells shoots a three. Good.
Well, that Wells now has 9 points in the game. He has all of Dubois' points, bro.
Timeout on the floor for Saratoga, and you can hear the Dubois crowd as they stand to ovation. 4:02 left in the first quarter, 9-0. It's a full timeout, 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back on 101.7 KDNO.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Welcome back. Travis Gufton, Ernie over with you in the 1A West Regional Championship game between the Saratoga Panthers and the Dubois Rams. And partner, we're off to a 9-0 start early.
Yeah, 4 minutes to go. We play half of the first period of play. And I have to correct myself. Ryan Wells has 6 and Cody Wright 3 for the Rams. Got my figures too close together on the score sheet.
Ball in the hands of Saratoga. Three-point shot up and no good by Kelton Johnson. Rebound comes down to Bartlett, however. Bartlett shot up and no good. And then Grady Bartlett with the ball hands it to Grant Bartlett. Three-point shot by Grant, up no good. Rebound comes down to Kelton Johnson again. He's got all sorts of people around him. And they will call a foul. Foul is on number 24. That is on Chamley. That's his second, team's third.
Well, I think they confused Chambly and Wright earlier. The official scorekeeper has him for 1.
Okay, so make that adjustment. So that's Chamley with 1 and Wright with 1, so that'll work.
Saratoga's been trying to get the ball in the lane underneath to their big post guy, but so far Dubois has been able to keep him out.
Yeah, Max Clark is a presence in the low post. I don't see anybody getting down in the low post unless he lets them. Shot up and good, and that was the first point of the night for Saratoga. Shot was up and good by that was by Grant Bartlett.
3 minutes to go now, first period of play, 9-2 Dubois.
Ball in the hands of Dubois. Wells is going to go all the way to the basket, up and good, and he's fouled.
Well, that's the 8th point for Dubois. He saw an opening under the lane. Saratoga had dropped back just a ways and picking up the personal foul on the drive. So here's an old-fashioned 3-point play now.
Foul is on Johnson. That is his first. They have team second on the board, so we'll say that's what it is.
Wells Kelton Johnson. There's two guys out there.
Shot up and good by Wells, makes it a 10-point game, 12-2, 2:45 left in the first period. Bartlett to Bartlett. That is Grant with the ball, or Grady with the ball, now hands it to Grant. Thank you, Grady. And he drives, shot up and good, but they're going to say the foul was on the floor. Foul was on Chamley. That's now his second, and they will say team's fourth.
Actually, they called that one on Rusk, so
okay,
that's his second, his third. So he is in foul trouble right now. For
shot
Dubois.
Up and good by Biddle, 3-pointer. And quickly, it is 12-5. Biddle is a 3-point shooter. He leads the team in the 3-point category. Cody Wright with the ball now. Hands off to, I don't see who that is, partner. Can you? That's Beasley.
Yeah.
Beasley down to Wright, shot up, and he's fouled. And they're going to say it was a shooting foul.
Well, that time he worked his way on the baseline, was going to try to back into the lane and got swatted and drew the foul. So now at the free throw line.
Wright takes 2 dribbles, shot up, and good.
That's his first free throw of the game. He has 4 points now. 2:12 to go in the first period of play, 13-5, 8-point lead, now a 9-point lead by the Rams.
And again, this is the start that you wanted if you're a Rams fan with 2 minutes left in the first. Ball moving around now in the hands of Grady Bartlett. Bartlett thought 3, he hands off to Grant Bartlett. Back to Grady, now down low, out to Johnson for 3. That ball's up and no good. Rebound comes to Fisher, shot up and good.
And that's his first basket of the game, obviously.
Wells brings the ball across the timeline, hands it to Clark. Hands to Wells, and now to Chamley. Chamley goes to Clark, 3-point shot on the way, in and out, no good. Rebound comes down to Beasley. Hand over to Wells now with a minute and a half. 3-pointer on the way by Wells, up and good, and he's fouled.
So we'll have an opportunity for a 4-point play here. The personal foul is going to be whistled against, who was that, 34? No, 15.
Yeah.
That was against Johnson.
That's his third.
So at the free throw line is Ryan Wells. He just canned another 3 and will go to the line here for a chance to make it a 4-point play. And Dubois up by 10, 17-7.
He did that last night on the same exact spot, it looked like. Shot up, and that's good by Wells. Makes it an 11-point game, 18-7 with a minute 20 left. Bartlett will bring it across the timeline. Down low to Fisher. Fisher up and no good.
Well, that time Beasley got too far underneath and hit him with the body. So that will be a foul on Dubois. That's their 5th team foul, and Saratoga has 4. First foul on Beasley, and going to the line is Fisher. He'll shoot 2.
He takes 2 dribbles. Interesting way to get the shot up. It's up and no good. Trying to see here what he's coming in. That is, let's see. He is a 66% free throw shooter. Second one is up and no good. And they're going to call, I heard a whistle.
Yeah, there was someone in the lane too fast, so he'll get another chance. So it's a lane violation.
So Jack Hinkle, number 45, will come in for the Rams. And Fisher will have one more opportunity. He takes the shot. It's up. Misses that one too. Rebound comes down to Max Clark. Hands it off to Wells with 1:10 left in an 18-7 ball game. Ball behind the back for Wells. Hands off to Chamley. Chamley to Clark. Clark thought three, decided against it. Hands off to Wells. Back to Clark now. He's got all kinds of lane. He up and good. He looked for the foul, but he didn't get it, but he still got the bucket.
His first points of the game, and it goes 20-7, Dubois.
Quickly down the court with 44 seconds left is the Panthers. Ball in the hands of Johnson. Now to Bartlett. Bartlett for three, no good. Rebound comes down to guess who? Max Clark. Shot up and no good by Wright. He's blocked. Here comes Grady Bartlett. He hands it off to Johnson. Johnson for three, no good. Rebound comes down to somebody, no one yet. Now it comes down to Cody Wright. Wright's going to go have an easy lane, up and good, and a dunk.
Well, I tell you what, he didn't get the foul call on the previous play, but he got the basketball back, and that's a first dunk of the game, and it's 22-7.
Last shot from the first quarter, up and no good, and it's 22-7 in favor of the Rams. And the crowd is up and roaring, if you can probably hear. We will be right back for the second quarter. I'm Travis Gupton. He's Ernie Over. We'll be right back.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.